Monday morning, and I'm here for another map building live stream. So what I'm going to be doing today is, obviously, I'm back in Gimp in the 3.0.1.2. What am I in? About Gimp 3.0.2. So it's revision 1. So they've brought out bug fixes. And we're back again. What I'm going to be doing today, or this morning, is I'm going to be building another one of these 10 by 10 map squares. So this is the one that I built last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another map square that could go, maybe up the top here and maybe up the side here. But the whole idea is that this is going to be map squares that you can build by chunking a bunch of these 10 by 10 grids together. And the whole idea is that I'm going to build these, render the insides in 3D, and then I'll set them up in Fantasy Grounds or Foundry, or maybe both. But anyway, so I've got this one open so that I can see where the doorways that I have to have line up are. But I'll build another one. So let's go. So let's go File, New. Now one really cool thing that I discovered are templates. You can go and, if it's going to be nice, you can go and set up. So it's got another number of templates already set up. But I've gone and made a 10 by 10 blank adventure map. So if I click that, it'll have all of the details pre-set out for me. So the size, the DPI, the color, everything's set out. It's a template. So all I need to do is just click that and go OK. Now, if you want to know how to make a template, it's really simple. You would, you'd go through the normal process of new. You wouldn't be selecting a template, it'd be blank. You would go through, you'd set up the width, the height, you would set up your resolution, whether it's color or grayscale, set up all this information, click OK, which would create your canvas, blank canvas. But then, before you start adding, I don't think it keeps the folder structure. I don't, because otherwise there would be a folder structure here. So it just keeps the image, all the information about the image. But then once you're all set up, go to File and go to Save As. And I believe, or am I doing this wrong? No, I think I'm doing this wrong. Cancel. Then we go Files. Create a template. That's what I was looking for. I keep going to Save As. So you go Create Template. And you give it a name. And then that name is what will show up when you go File, New, and there it'll be. So that's how I created a template. That's a long-winded word, long-winded explanation. But anyway, let's get to. So I'm going to turn on my grid, turn on Snap to Grid, and as I'll go over this once again. Where are preferences? They've probably moved preferences since the last time. There it is, preferences. So if you want to know how to set up your grid, go into preferences, default grid. Now I've set this to be 180 by 180 because that's the grid size I use. If you're using different size tiles from another creator, you'd set that to be whatever it is that you want. But anyway, let's start making. So first things first, let's create some folders. So let's go ground, because that will be my ground, followed by my floor, which is the floor of the building. I want to take these. Oops. Then we have walls. Put that up there. And then we have features. Put that up there. There we go. So let's start with the ground, because as we can see, we have some ground here. We have some grass. So let's go back to here, go to my assets. Now I'm using this is the wilderness map tiles set, because it's got some large areas of grass. So let's put this down here. Now I'm just quickly blocking this out to get the grass done, because the grass is not really the focus of these maps. There we go. And then let's just fill it in with another 2x2. Yeah. Now they're in the ground folder. That's where we want them. Let's go to our walls, because I'm going to quickly chuck in a wall. Now from memory, I think I was using Dungeon Map Tile 6. So let's go to brick walls. This is it. Boom. There we go. Okay, so let's start. I need these ones to do the outer wall. There. So we're in the walls folder, they're popping in the right place. So we'll quickly go and mash down the outer wall, because it's going to be just a great big long section of wall. And then we'll look at putting in some windows. So this should be 2 in. There we go. To match that. There we go. I just like to. You'll notice that when I made this wall, as I'm making this wall, just to add in a bit of difference. So I used that one, and then that one, and then I went and did that one. That one gives a bit of, so it's not same pattern repeating itself over and over. So even though it's a limited number of blocks. There we go. Okay, so let's start down here. So we have, so it goes 2 blocks and a door. So we're using these ones with a bit of the thick buttress or buffer in the corner. At the moment, you put that down there, and then we have this one. Then we have a doorway. Where's our cornerstones and doorways? Here it is. So I'm just doing the edge, so that then I can just come back and do the rest pretty easily. Now we have another doorway. So where's this one? I think I did, was it 1, 2, 3? It says 3 in from the edge. 1, 2, 3, so that's here. I think this is wrong. It's 1, 2. It's 1 too many. Okay, let's go pick. Grab that one. Let's go out of pig for a second. Back to layers. Get rid of that. Actually, pick might be useful at the moment. I'm calling it pick because it's pick a layer on guide. It grabs whatever the mouse is over whenever I click. So if I click there, it'll grab that one. Click there, it'll grab that one. Okay, so that should be in the right. That and then that. So it should be. Should be a piece here. 1, 2, 3. That. Hang on, let me turn on my grid. So it's 1, 2. The grass area is 2. Getting confused. It's 1, 2. Then this corner. Oh, getting confused looking at things. Ignore me. Okay, so then there's going to be a corner here, or something here. Actually, I'll just put that in now. So what did I do? I just went to straight corners. There we go. So that's good. So if we're doing fit the screen. Okay, so I think going 3 and then there. There it is, that one. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then here. One, 2, 3, and then there. Up the top here, it's pretty much the same thing. One, 2, 3, there. Oh, this is not in the right place. And then that should be there. There we go. So this will be a rather simple sort of set of rooms. I should be able to knock this over pretty quickly, and then I can do another one. Maybe another corner. That one can go into here. Now. Yep. So we've got to have some pretty average building. Let me just check how I'm doing layers wise. Where are we? Yep, we're still in the walls folder. Good. Let's just cap off the wall around the entire edge. There we go. So we have another split. And up here. There. So do that one. So during the week, I've been building my first adventure module for where's the drink? Lovely. For my new puzzle world, and it's been released to patrons on Patreon. So if you're on my Patreon, you can download the first little adventure. Now, what's something interesting that I can do here? So now, what I'll quickly do is I'll just make this like a long corridor, 2 big rooms, and then I'll remake like another one, because you've got to have some standard map bits in order to make, if they all look fantastic, then it gets a bit boring. What I think I'll do is I'll just make this into a long corridor that won't link up to these side rooms. So it'll force people to, explore around the full building. There we go. Now, what I will do, let's see, I'll get rid of these ones and make them, come on, delete it, there we go. I'll make these the same as these, because it's just a big hallway. Whoops. Make that. Now we have to put this through. But where's my windows? Windows. So let's put some big windows in. So we've got these ones. So now, because of the lighting is part of the actual floor, what I've got to do is I've got to take out and put this in. So do the same down here. There we go. So I have 3 windows. The downside to these overlays, because the floor is integrated, because of the lighting, it means that I have to remember that these are actually up in the walls layer instead of in the floor layer. I'm inclined to put them into the floor layer, but should be able to get away with it. Actually, I will try and pop them into the floor. There we go. Just to be safe. I do like to have things that have floor texture in the floor. That way if I'm doing any... let's just close that down. Back up here. So I'll make this into two big rooms, and we'll actually connect them. So let's grab our corner. And another corner. So this should be relatively quick and straightforward. And then I'll do the next one I'll do something more interesting. There we go. So then I'll cap this off, have one doorway here. So let's pop in the end stones, the cornerstones. So there's a door there, and just there, and then we need these pieces, which will be this one. There we go. Done. So it's just a simple map for this one. Now I shall fill in the floor with some brickwork, and I'll do, you know, there we are. So do I have some big bits? There we go. So I'll use these to try and just quickly block out this section. Whoops. So that's the problem of using the move tool with this picker layer or guide, is that it can jump around, which can be a pain in the bum. Whoops. I'm gonna need it to grab that piece. There we go. Then go back to normal and move it into place. And then I'll just fill in the rest. Oops, we're in floor. Good, good, good. Just, I like to double check every now and then that I'm in the right folder. I've got to make a montage out of last week's map build. I find people like watching the sped up map builds rather than listening to me waffle on. But this week, planning to build another part in my adventure series, which will be called The Trader's Way. The Trader's Way is as the name suggests, it's a very big road which is used by traders who move merchandise. It's mostly mining and fruit and veg that moves along the Trader's Way between all the settlements. And it's the... Yep. And is the main artery down the right-hand side of the World of the Cube. And it's quite well known and quite well trafficked. Gets a lot of people through it. Should I add a door there or just leave it open? Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. But let's go and put around the outside this texture. There we are. Then we have a corner, which can be this one. Now back down. There we go. Interesting little bit of floor. Yep, there we go. There's these pieces. That bit's done. Now what I might do is I'll put these into the corners. So one there. One there. Up here. Dunk, dunk, dunk. And dunk. Should I put one in the center? Yeah, why not? And that's the floor of that room. Completed. Now to do this one. So I'll be a little different with this one. I'll actually put... I'm going to use the pinkish tiles. Make a smaller square around here. So what I might do is I'll put put the one, like these ones here, 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 and here, and here, and then square here. Make it look a little different. Where am I? Didn't drag that time. Oh, no, it did. I just didn't notice. What am I doing? Then down around here. And one more. Now, where's the pinky version? Here we go. Nope, gotta put one there. Let's go back up. And now we do use the pattern. That one. And then we need this one. And then this one. And this room is pretty much completed. Which means this level is pretty much completed, and I can save it and then make another one. Because it didn't take too long to make this one. I'll just put in some. Should I put it? Yeah, I'll put a dot in the middle. There we go. So let's have a look. So all the walls done. Okay, let's put a door in here. Hang on. Let's put it in our features. One door in place, and we're pretty much done. So that's a really simple layout. So let's file, save. Okay, so where am I saving this? I'm saving it to my projects. I keep everything in Dropbox as a backup. So map tiles. I think I made something. Yep, dungeon crawl. I'm going to save it in here. This is going to be. So this will be not southwest corner. This will be western side. And I'll save export it as a, where is it? JPEG, there we go, JPEG. Export, done. Okay, so we've exported that. Oh, no, it's come up, quality, yep, yeah. Export. Cool. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete pretty much everything and start again. So I'll make a bunch of new folders. So again, ground, floor. You might be saying, why you just use bits you've already made? If you move things around, it looks different, which will look better. Walls, features. So, you know, reusing the map and just deleting the areas that I want to replace would be a quicker way of doing it, but quicker is not necessarily better. In production, there are three things. What is it? Time, money, quality, and you can only ever have two. You can have quality and money, e.g., you know, you want to pay less, but you're not going to have quality, if I said that right. But anyway, I think you get the idea. So, double along there. So let's go back to the wilderness tiles. Grass tiles, okie dokie. So, big area. So I'm going to use some of these 3x3s. Scroll down. And nope, that's in the floor. That should be in the ground. There we go. Then I'll just use a 2x1 to fill that one. So that's our ground done. Okay. Walls. Again, just a quick wall down the edge. So a 6. Dungeon map tile 6. Where are we? Brick walls. So just quickly get this outer wall in. Then I'll put the doors in, so that way I know where all of the entrances and exits must be. There we go. Once again, put the bulky corners in. There we go. So, doorways. Yep. Then same over here. That should be there, then up the top. Good. Okay, so what am I going to do this time? I had a little bit of an idea that I'd have a diagonal wall sort of making this into a big... So I'd sort of do that and then have diagonal walls coming down here and here. Diagonals. So go there. That's where that would meet up. So then we use these little cornery bits. So do that, and then we close it off there with this one. So let's just close off this. Because the idea is that we'll have two sort of triangular rooms here and then a big bit here. I think I've got something in the wrong place. I think this should be... that should be there. this one's in the wrong place. Should be there. I think that's better. Correct. Yep. So back up here. So then we put this one in there. That there. That's the way it should go. There we are. So we put a diagonal wall there. What I might do is I might make this the, instead of it coming to a point, have it coming to a bit of a, not quite to a point. Nope, no, I don't want that. I want this one. So we want these sections. Come on. My poor old computer, it finds it hard to keep up. Going to have to upgrade. Windows 11 does not like my old hardware. It's like, what is this potato PC? You expect me to work with this thing? So yeah, so I'll make it come across there. And some of the little corners. Goes there. In there, and then lastly goes in there. So we come down, so I'll just do this. So that is these ones. Well, I'm not going to need that, because I'll have a piece coming there, but I will need this to cap off there. There. And there. Oops. So if we get back up to the normal walls, grab this one, plonk it there, and plonk that there. So I'll put some white in there. Actually, I'll just do that. See if I can do that now. Let's create a new layer. Let's call it white. Oh, it put white everywhere. It did too. But I don't want white everywhere. I only want so let's go select, invert, edit, clear. There we go. forgot to go back to my move button. There we are. Or actually, should I make this come into here? I think I shall. So I'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm not going to use that. So I'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. Have this come straight into here. So that means let's get back up to the top of the floor. I mean the walls layer. Let's grab. Let's do the rest of the diagonal wall. That one comes into there. I'm then going to have I'll use a different cornerstone, but down to here, that one goes there. So I'm going to have, this is going to be two different cornerstones. So I'll have the nice square one, so I'll use cornerstones. So, that one can go at the top here. So that goes there. Then we'll have this, that one or that one. I'll use this one. So it's a bit more bulky, but I think it sort of suits better. Or I could go to the straight into the conch. No, I will use that. So I then go back to, now these are in the wrong position. So I grab these, and chuck them up here. So that's in the walls folder. So let's go back down to white. Now I'm going to use a pencil and change it to white. And I'm just going to draw there we go. That's all it needs. Now, just need to do this wall. But once again, Windows. So let's go to do I have a so we got big windows, small windows. So we do something interesting like small window, big window, small window, big window. So let's go. So let's put a big window in first. Put it right here. So let's get rid of where it will go. Oh, helps if I'm using the right tool. So I've got pick a layer on. So it's going to go here, so it'll take out that and that. So let's go to floor, because I do like to keep things that have the floor in the floor. So that'll go there. And we're going to get rid of that one and that one, because there'll be two little ones. Then big, then big. Yep, so this will be like that. So back to the floor. So we're going to have a big over here. Oops. Snap into position. And a big up here. There. And then two littles. Which means we jump back here, jump down to small windows, and use these ones. There we go. Looks nice and different. Big sort of triangular rooms. Still not sure about whether I put doors on these or not by default. I'm leaning towards putting doors on them. Okay, so back to the floor. So now we just fill it in. Fill it in now. So do we do something special? Do we do like a raised platform here? Methinks that would be interesting. Actually, a wooden platform. I think we have wooden. Brickwork floor, muddy. Could get a wooden floor for somewhere else. Let's do that. So let's go. So let's make a brick floor for now. Oops. Just to fill it in. So I'll just sort of use these 2x1s to fill in this area. Now I'm not going to worry about the pattern sort of going under there. It's all good. This can be the only really laborious task is filling in large areas of floor. And this could be why people like watching the montage, where it just goes clunk, 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 instead of me dragging them in one by one. And sometimes Windows just doesn't like to recognize that you've actually dragged in a tile. There we go. Yeah, so coming up during the week I'm going to be working on the Trader's Way, which is going to be a trade caravan that will meet our party of adventurers on the Trader's Way and give them some directions as to where they could go. I'm thinking I'll lead them up towards a settlement called Castledine, where they have the chance of meeting other adventurer groups, getting some kit, getting a bit of help. As there's an angel in Castledine that helps out adventurers. But there's also a demon. A demon who takes advantage of lost adventurers. Because he always needs fresh bodies for his warband, because he keeps losing them in the dungeons. Because he doesn't really care about keeping them. You know, they're soft and squishy and they serve their purpose as long as he gets through the dungeon and discovers whatever clues he's looking for. The one thing I'm sort of umming and ahhing about is how to handle ghosts, because it sort of conflicts with one of the plot pieces I have in mind, which is a soul engine. The soul engine on the cube, it captures and swallows up souls. So even in death, you can't get off the cube. It's going to hang on to you. But there are ghosts and undead that do exist on the cube. So how does... Because the whole idea is that it just... You know, if there's a soul... When you die, your immortal soul gets released. And it has a chance to wander around on the world of the cube as a ghost or a spectre or something or other, depending on the conditions of how and why it died. But the soul engine also sucks up all souls and hangs on to them. So I'm sort of like, okay, what do you have? Is there a proximity? Do you have to be close to the soul engine when you die, or does it only grab certain souls? Or I'm leaning more towards the idea that it's not working properly. So there are, and that's why there are ghosts, or a lot of ghosts, is because the soul engine is not necessarily vacuuming them all up as it should be. Since there's a lot of stuff on the cube that is running, but not running properly. So I'm thinking the soul engine's probably going to be another one of those things that it's on, it's running, it's sucking up souls, but it's not getting all of them. Maybe it's also pooting out a few souls as well, because it's not working properly. And okay, why? Oh, I'm not getting it because the white needs to be between the floor and the walls. Come on, up. Actually, hang on. There. There we go. Although, I think I've been putting some floors into the walls. No? Okay. Looks like it's going properly. Oh. Let's get this done. So I'll probably get this map done and call it a day. And I'll make a montage of this one and the one last week's when I jump off after lunch. But before I do that, I want to put a wooden platform in here. And I think the wooden tiles from the Egyptian map tile set will be pretty cool for that. Again, why I don't really like leaving this tool in this pick layer mode, because it's too easy to grab stuff you don't want to move. Go. Done. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so just refill my drink. Wow, echoey. Now, here's going to be the fun bit. Okay, so I want to keep this wooden floor that I'm going to add not in there, in this folder. So I'm going to make a folder within it. Call it wooden platform. Now I'm going to go and find actually, there I have woodwork. Woodwork might look better than the Egyptian one because it's a more posh looking floor from memory. But I gotta admit, I do kind of like the tiles from the Egyptian set. So let's just bite the bullet, grab the Egyptian set. Okay, wooden floor. Let's have a look. Yeah, this does look. I love this wooden texture. It just looks so cool. But staircase. Let's start with the staircase. So that's a spiral staircase. Why am I in there? What steps? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. There's an interesting thing with this set of steps, this wooden floor as well. So we'll only do 2 steps. 2. So we've got 1, then we got 2. So I'll only have it go up by 2. Yep. Now we're gonna have a good bit of poke through. Pardon me. that should be fine, because I'll mask this once I get it down. This is a good chance for me to show that there's an interesting thing about these tiles. And the interesting thing is I've got a little transparency that needs to go over the edge of the ones that go up here, so that you get the highlight on the very edge of the tile. This is something quite important, so this is a good way for me to show it. That goes there, and this goes out here. So yep, that does look weird, but I'll fix that up in a moment. Okay, back to the wooden floor. So now what we do is we go and we'll go and put this here, like there's a trapdoor, and then we will just flesh it out, put in the rest of it. Do we need that? Yeah, that sort of quickly fills that. But let's go to the pick mode. Pull that back to there. Use one of these actually. That comes in there. And this can come in here. Now, this is where the edging looks at. So if you zoom in, go to 100%. See how this has got sort of like a highlight on the very edges, but this doesn't have it down here. This is where I've made, let's go back to this mode, makes it we're at the very top of these wooden bits. This is where, I think it's in steps, there should be edges, and they'll look weird. Yeah, this is it. So they look weird at the moment because they're meant to go over the top of these tiles, and it adds there we go, it adds the edging. It there. Up again. We need to go back to make certain we're at the top. Just at the top here, so I need it for here. There we go. So that's, it adds in that highlighted edge to each plank, which is what you want. Let's zoom back out a bit. There we go. So now I need to mask this. Let's go to here. Now, can I do this way? And then there we go. Excellent. So we've got a platform in there. So we could have a band or display or whatever is sitting up the top there. And that map, that one's done. So we'll save this as western side number 1. And then I'll save a JPEG. Export. Oops, I've got to rename it. 1. And all good. Well, thank you for watching if you've stayed with me right the way through the end and listened to me drone on. But I'll put together a shrunk down and sped up version of this and load it later. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and all that sort of goodie. Thank you very much.